My goodness, thank you very much. It is a thrill to be with you. I will share, hopefully one-on-one, my adventures to get here. I know that many of you traveled from out of state and long distance to get here. I ended up doing the same thing, even though I live 40 miles away. So I'm really thankful to be here. I need everybody to raise your hand if you could. Raise your hand for me. Put it as high as you can, and then just freeze it there for a moment. Put it as high as you can and freeze it. All right? We're just going to keep there for a couple seconds. All right, now, look around the room, take a glance. And now I want you to lift your hand a half inch higher. And everybody can do it. Now you can put your hands down. The human instinct is that when we're told to raise our hands as high as we can, we typically do not. Human reaction is to go to a certain line and then say, well, that's enough, and I'm going to pull back right there. This is where I'm comfortable. This is where it feels good, or I'm tired, or are you serious? Raise our hands. This is dumb. Whatever your human reaction is, go to a certain point and stop. But not in this group. Not the people to your right, left, in front, and behind. This is a group that is here to launch out. So this, above all groups that I get to speak with, is one of my favorite. Because I'm speaking to the 20%, if we follow the Pareto principle, that are wanting to do more with their lives, that are willing to make things happen, that are willing to not sit idly while other things happen, but to really grab life and make it happen. So I'm really thrilled about today. Okay, my assistants have passed out some forms, part of the team. This guy, excuse me, young man, this young lady didn't have one. That guy's been my assistant since 1984. He was my first pupil. I don't know. Okay, this is my brother Josh Murr, by the way. I'm really proud of him. Yeah, he passes out papers really, really well. Keep it up, I might hire you. Okay, so my other assistant, my full-time assistant, Ryan, did you get those Post-its laid out on the floor? Great. Okay, then everybody, we're going to have some fun. There are some Post-its laid out along this wall. I'm going to ask you a question, give some instruction, and then I'll say begin. Please do not move until I say begin. We're on a limited time frame. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to go over there and Post-it. Most of you have a writing utensil. Use that writing utensil upon each Post-it. I want you to grab a Post-it, and I want you to put your dream upon it. Now, think about what your dream is. On this wall now is our timeline. Right here at this door jamb, we will say, is today June the 20th still? June 20th, 2014. Is it? Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. June 20th, 2014. Let's say this 5 years from today, and let's say this pier, whatever, post, wood, that is sometime in the distant future. Could be 10 years to you, could be 20. We'll leave that one flexible, okay? So we've got today, 5 years, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, whatever is in your dream, okay? Now, I want you to write as many Post-its as you can and fill in as many pieces along the way, along the timeline of your dream. Does that make sense? We're only going to have about 1 minute as a group to do this exercise. But don't worry, so get ready, all right? I'll give you a second. First stretch, you might want to get ready, okay? I know, El Guapo is sitting right about here. All right, but we can do this, okay? I'm going to say go. The Post-its are there. I assume everyone has a writing utensil of some kind. I have 2 in my pocket at all times, so you can borrow one from me if you need be. Okay, ready, set, go. Share your dreams. Put them on the wall. You're going to write it, and you're going to post it on that wall, and we should be covering that wall in Post-its. If you know what your dream is in 20 years, if you want to start a scholarship program that goes on for generations, put it down there by that big beam. If today you know exactly what you have to do, you have to form your nonprofit as soon as you get back, then put it right there. If you know you want to be a bestseller on the New York Times list, then put it down there in 5 years or 10 years, wherever you see that. But today you know that you need to write a sentence, then put that down where it is. You guys are doing great. Man, this is a good-looking group. Oh, my dad. This is good. Did I hear husband on the Post-it? Hey, it's your dream, baby. It's your dream. Live it. Put it up there. You guys, you got about 30 more seconds, dreamers. Just for the sake of, rotate. If you put a Post-it, take a step back. That way everyone gets to play. Don't worry. Switch me. That way everybody gets to play. I'd love it if everybody at least got to put a Post-it on there. Don't worry. I won't force you to not participate. Hi, Angie. Good to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's what we like to call positive peer pressure. I appreciate that help. I was How are you? Angie was back there not participating, so I said hi and like, hey, you're sitting there. There you go. All right, guys, you got 10 more seconds. Be sure you put that dream on there. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, finalize those answers. Put them up there. Oh man, that looks good. Feel free, by the way. I have not asked permission to this part, so Randy and Wynn, I hope this is okay. If anybody wants to add throughout the day, I'd leave it up. But I think that looks great. Now I want you to take a glance at that, okay? So we've got all sorts of dreams from all over the gamut. All right. I ask everyone to raise your hand in a half-inch higher. I truly believe that in this group, the fact that you're here today shows that you are in that group that is willing to do a little extra, the difference in ordinary and extraordinary. Furthermore, you have these thoughts, you have these dreams. When I asked that question and then said go, I knew that I didn't need to give you much prep time because you've got something in mind. Even if it's someone like Laura, right? Did I get that right? Laura, whom has her dream in this thinking stage and figuring out what it looks like, she still knows somewhat the identity of the dream. In other words, when I said, think of your dream, go, you didn't have to sit for half a day and figure out what to write on a post-it. As a matter of fact, some of you going, oh my gosh, we only have 2 minutes. I need like 2 hours. And then I'm saying we only get one wall and 2 post-its. I need a whole stack of post-its. So all over the board, that's great. However, today, there's a huge difference in coming to a conference, putting on our name badge, meeting people to whom at this point we've only known their profile picture, and having a somewhat surreal experience. When I walked in, I was like, wow, I know everybody and I don't know anybody. Going to this wall on the first speaker, right out of the gate, putting my dream, putting some steps up there, putting some things that I see. There's a big difference in wearing this and writing that and sitting there and actually seeing those things come to pass. There's a big, big difference. What I hope to do over the next few moments is give you some encouragement on taking those dreams from the wall to reality. Furthermore, I hope to give you a few practical steps that I've learned along the way that will not just give you the inspiration to do it, but will give you some practical guidelines or ideas that either you've heard before or maybe you never learned ever that will help you do that. So that's the journey that we're going to take over the next 5 to 10 minutes. So as you look on this paper, I hope that everyone has it. This will be our guideline throughout the day. I will not go through it verbatim, but I will try to fill in most of the blanks because it really irritates me when I get a handout and the speaker doesn't tell me a blank. I don't know if that's you. If you're going, hey, you skip blank number 3, and then it's hard for me to listen to the rest. So the first question that you have to ask on catching your dream or stop dreaming and do it already, I used 2 titles to see which one spoke to you better. Some people like, to softball and say, well, let's catch our dream. Some people are like, hey, let's just do this thing. Is it a dream or idea? I think there's a big difference in dreaming and thinking, coming up with ideas. I come up with ideas all the time. If you've ever done Strengths Finders, ideation is a strength. That's my top one. And so if you're just looking for, hey, let's think of things that we can do, I can come up with those things. And you can too. Hey, it'd be cool if I did this. What about this? Well, squirrel. We could do all of these things. Those are just ideas. There's a difference in dreams. As a matter of fact, I think the success process, if you do it correctly, will take you from idea to dream. You will go from an idea, which is your first blank there, into dream. Ideas yield dreams, but they are not the same thing. I believe that you can have many, many ideas, and that's completely fine. Free reign on ideas. But I think if you have too many dreams, you're not going to get anything accomplished. And too often we confuse ideas with dreams. So idea yields dreams, which must yield do. Now, you may want to put action on there. I like do because it's just nice and short. But do. So from idea to dream, the choice is not to dream or not to dream, but will you be a dreamer or a doer of dreams or a catcher of dreams? Dreams are better in a crock pot than a microwave. Dreams are better in a crock pot than a microwave. Here's what I mean by that. I think we live in a fast-paced world. I think that we live in a society, especially if you are people like we are, who are excited individuals wanting to do something with life. You know, I know if I talk to my man Dave for very long, it doesn't take very long to get him pumped up about something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, what about this? Oh yeah, man, I want to do this, this, and this. So as such, we tend to microwave dreams, and we see overnight success stories, and we live in this American Idol generation to where if it doesn't happen in like a week, then, well, is it really worth it? Or is it even going to happen? That's microwave, and I think we tend to microwave ideas instead of letting dreams really fully develop. Now that, we could probably talk about that all day, but I'll let that sit where it is. A few things that I like to ask people is, well, do you have an idea, do you have a dream? And the real difference there then is commitment. It's not excitement. People get excited about ideas. People don't confuse passion with excitement. If you're excited about something, you can be really excited about an idea. Trust me, I am a youth pastor to teenagers every day. They can get really excited about ideas that they are not passionate about and certainly are not their lifelong dreams, which they think they are in the moment. You and I, unfortunately, are just bigger teenagers sometimes. And we get really excited about an idea, and we think, oh, this is it. I'm going to do it. Let me buy the business card. Let me see if it's trademarked. Let me Google it to see if anybody's stolen the name. God, somebody took the name. Man, I wonder how much I could buy it for. Oh, I could scrounge up $5,000, I guess. I don't know. So maybe you're excited about that. You're excited about the idea. One major difference in an idea as a dream is your commitment level. So now I've given you 5 questions to determine your dedication for a dream. Now, if you'd like an extensive discussion on this, an early episode of Live Your List, we dived into all of these. I don't know how many people listen to Live Your List, but I just want to say publicly thank you. Appreciate that. Rick, nice to meet you, Rick. Good to see you, man. Nice to meet you. Thule, right? Who knew? Who knew, man? Not me. I've been calling you by the wrong name for a year. I'm like, Rick Thule in the house. Yeah. I can't wait to meet him. I'm serious. But anyway, so 5 questions to determine your dedication. Would you spend your own money? Now I'm going to breeze through a few of these because I think many people in this group, the answer is unequivocally yes, very quickly. Would you be willing to spend your own money? Most of you already have for whatever it is that you're pursuing, so don't have to preach on that one very long. Number 2, will you sacrifice free time? Once again, I don't have to speak that to you very much. However, I will say this. If you've noticed you've had a dream, and we're all familiar in this room with the term hustle, and we're all familiar with giving up our free time and sacrifice, those sorts of ideologies. Well, let me then ask you this, almost retrospectively. If you've chosen something for your hustle, and you're finding a hard time giving your free time to it, it may be a good opportunity to see how committed am I? I said that I was really committed. It's a great idea, but is it really your dream? Because you've been doing 6 months of hustle now. And now this is not to judge anyone. This is just, I want to help you really pursue your dream, not chase ideas. So you may think, well, and I get it. Man, we're busy. We have busy lives. Ryan, look at the time for me, by the way. And if Randy says cut it, just give me the hook. So I want you to pursue your dreams. And it may be a good chance to say, you know what? Maybe I'm not as committed to this as I thought I was. Because yes, I'm busy, but I'm really not sacrificing much free time. Okay, number 3, have you told people about it? I only put 2 blanks there just to throw you off. Have you told people about it? It's so crucial to share your dream, to talk about it, to not only gain encouragement, but also to give that dream legs. Whenever you speak it, it gives it life. Let's run through. Are you prepared for failure? Number 5, would you do this if you never got fame or fortune? So really quickly, going from dream to do, I'm going to breeze through these really quickly. I think that many of you are in that spot. You're committed, you have your dream, you would say yes to all those questions. I want to do something great. Okay, maybe things aren't happening like you would. I had an idea back in 2009 that I committed a lot of time and energy to. It was a company that I started called UB Tribe. It was an internet website for kids. It was a great idea, not my dream. It was a great idea, not my dream. So this is some problems that I have. 1, lack of decision, okay? Decisions produce action while plans produce more plans. Really quickly, if you are the type that you just plan and then get to another plan, if you love whiteboards like I do, they can sometimes be our worst enemy because we come with a plan and rework it and rework it. Let me tell you this little guideline. Your gut is usually right. So if you need to do something, just do it. Your gut's usually right. If it's a big decision, take a night. Take 1 night, then make the decision. If it's really, really big, you may give it a weekend, and that's it. You should not think about any decision more than over a weekend. because you've encompassed every part of your life, day and week. So do it there. Let me fill in the blanks for you. Lack of teamwork is number 2. People are paramount. You got to build your team. Here's what I think you should do daily. Connect with someone or send an email that's going to get you closer to your dream. Every day, connect with someone that's going to get you closer to your dream. Every day. I've got like 5 seconds. Lack of perspective. Molehills become mountains for how people. I'm just going to fill in the blanks, Dave. Molehills become mountains for how people. Mountains become molehills for wow people. And then lastly, a lack of flexibility. The perfect plan is waiting for perfect people to achieve it. We have neither. So don't try to plan yourself. Don't wait for something perfect. You can achieve your dream today. Okay, I'd love to talk to you guys later. You can check out my bio. You guys are great. I'm excited to be here. I'm going to turn it over to my man, Dave. Thank you very much.